Hey, what's going on, guys? Steve from Badger Outdoors here. Why don't you do me a favor? Go ahead, hit that subscribe button at the bottom here. How else are you gonna know when I make a totally awesome video? Well, today I'm gonna do a little video on, I just picked up this bait casting reel. I did a little review video on it a little while ago, and it's a Pflueger President bait casting reel, and I wanted to do a little video about how I put line on bait casting reels. So I went to the store and I picked up, I've never used this before, so let me know if you've used it, if it's good or not. I just kind of went for a cheaper price point, a braid. I don't use a lot of braid. I do prefer Berkley's Fireline Crystal, but that's not the greatest when it comes to bait casting reels. And I am going to be using this for like spinner baits and chatterbaits and stuff like that, and I do like to use braid for those. So I decided to find something else, and I stuck with the Berkley brand. This is the 5X. I don't think this has been out super long. They do make a 9X as well. I think it's a little bit more expensive. There is a little chart on the back here that kind of tells you the difference, or what Berkley thinks is the difference between the two. Who knows? So yeah, it's a 20-pound test, and the diameter is 0.007 inches. So yeah, so I was gonna try this new line out, and I'm getting real antsy here. The weather is actually pretty nice this weekend, but there's still a little bit of time left before I can get out there on open water and toss around some lures, but have to patiently wait. But until then, I just kind of wanted to give a little video about how I rig up my bait casting reels with line. And the thing is with braided line is has a tendency to slip on the spool here. Mono and fluorocarbon, it's more of a grippier plastic, I guess you could say. Then braid's a little bit smoother, so you'll actually get it where if you just tie it onto your spool here and you start reeling, it will just, the spool will spin, but the line won't catch and start pulling in. A lot of people do a backing, but that involves, stringing up a little bit of mono or fluoro on there, and then you gotta tie on to each other and then go on with your braids. So I found this way was a little bit easier than having to deal with that hassle, and it's actually pretty simple. So yeah, I take my spool here. I did actually make this little contraption here to help me spool up my fishing reels. They actually do make a really cool thing that attaches to your rod that you can do your spinning and bait casting reels out. I don't know if it works real well, but I've seen videos of it on like Facebook and stuff like that. But it looked pretty unique, and looked like it actually would be pretty functional. So in order to get my little spool on here, I need power. So I'm using this little screw here. Like I said, I just made this. I got sick of so what I usually do is I take like a pen or something like that, and I put the spool on there, and I just kind of stick the pen in between my 2 feet, like in between my toes, and I kind of lay back and spool it on like that. But that can start to get a little painful with the pen digging in between your toes. So I thought I'd make something, make it a little bit more comfortable. But yeah, so let me throw this on here, and you can actually use this little line holder that comes with the reel to do this, or you can use electrical tape. Doesn't matter if you don't have electrical tape. You can always, if you just got new line, you can always use this guy too. Works just as well. So and when you do a bait casting reel, you always want to make sure the line is going onto the reel the same direction as it's coming off the spool. So you don't want it to be going on like that and then going, you know what I'm saying, going this way and then that way onto your spool. So you want to keep going in that same direction. So you got your line here, and make sure I always take it off the rod. It's a little bit easier than running it through all the guides, but make sure you got your little eyelet there, your little guide. Run it through there, and then the spool has these little holes in there, so you'll stick it into one of those holes, and then kind of start reeling until it comes back around, and then you kind of double up like that, because if you pull it like that, and then you can pull your line out of your hole like so. Pull your line out your hole, and then I just do a regular square knot. Got my little square knot there, and just kind of clip off the tag end here. See what I mean? When you pull the line tight and you start trying to reel it in, it doesn't catch, it just spins on there. So what I do is I can take this little thing that comes with the line, and you kind of put it over onto the spool and just kind of cover up your knot like so. And you can also use electrical tape as well. So yeah, so now you can pull it tight, and when you start to reel your line on, I don't think I got this. Yeah, there we go. And when you start to reel your line on, it will catch, and you can start to spool it on there, spool it up, spool it down, spool it around, whatever they say. Yeah, so how about this spool comes in 150 yards, so I think that should be just about right for this. I kind of like to leave my finger on the line very lightly, and just kind of keep it taut. What's up, guys? Hey, I had to get a better, my spool got kind of messed up, so I had to get a better camera angle and to fix my spool. So, like I said, just kind of keep my fingers on there, like so, spool it up. I should have made these little boards closer together, because sometimes the line gets stuck in between the board and the spool. It kind of goes in between. It's not supposed to. And then you gotta take the screw out and you gotta put it back in. It's just kind of a big hassle. So, all right, guys, got everything all spooled up on there, nice and even. I do like to leave a little bit of a gap at the top of the spool. You don't want to spool it all the way to the top. Otherwise your line's gonna run on you. So I like to leave like 1/16 to 1/8 of an inch at the top. You know, there's plenty of line on there anyway. And then kind of find some actual line scissors. And oh my God, that was so much easier. Invest in a decent pair of scissors if you're gonna be using braid and stuff like that. It's well worth it than trying to use household scissors, or I used to use like hair scissors. My wife was a hairdresser, so we'd always have cheap hair scissors laying around, so I'd take them from her and use them as my fishing scissors. But yeah, invest in a nice, I mean, these aren't like super nice, but they're better than these. So yeah, so anyway, like I said, I picked up this line. It was $11 at Walmart, and I think at like some of the other like real retailers like Bass Pros and stuff like that, it's a few dollars more expensive. Or like Fleet Farm and stuff like that if you're in the Midwest. It's a little bit more expensive, but yeah, so I figured I'd give it a shot and see how it does. But yeah, so that is how I spool up my my bait casters. I think it's a little bit easier than putting backing on there. It's just, you gotta put one line on and then tie onto another line, and it's just put a little piece of tape in there and call it a day, if you ask me. So I'm gonna throw this bad boy on my rod, and I'm gonna get it all set up and dialed in and ready to use. It's gonna be a while before I can actually use it, so I'll just be patiently waiting. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hope it helped. Like I said, there's tons of videos out there on this, but I just thought I'd give you my take on how I do it. But so I hope you enjoyed it and maybe learned something, maybe a little bit different way to do it. Who knows? But like I said, comment and let me know if you've ever used this stuff. I mean, it's not super expensive braid, so I don't know. You never know with braid. I bought $20 braid and had it snap for no reason. And I bought, like I said, Fireline. I know are some bad reviews on it, but I've never had I've literally ripped tree branches down, like not like twigs, like tree branches down, because you get stuff caught in trees. So like, yeah, it's actually saved lures for me, because like, I don't know, that stuff, it's strong stuff, but like I said, it doesn't do well on bait casters. So anyway, yeah, but let me know if you've ever used this and let me know what you think. But so hope you enjoyed today's video, like I said, and stay tuned for some more, and throw up a thumbs up or a thumbs down, give me a comment, and yeah. So I will that's it for today, and I'll see you soon.